whether it is fornication, it's adultery, it's lying, it's stealing, it's murder, whatever the nature of sin. In love, we should correct people and continuously admonish them.
And even talking about abuse, even some pastors abuse their wives.
I think it is high time we begin to teach them that it isn't just about this woman is beautiful, this man is fine, so that you can point to people, this is my husband.
Exactly.
It takes a lot to be in marriage.
Oral sex has a lot of implications, and one of it is the fact that it is one of the easiest way for the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases.
Trying to get something from somewhere you don't like, you will chop their money, and that money you eat fufu with it can block your womb. There is a woman who is praying, but most of these young girls don't know that they are enlarging.
You see, so most married men go out there and lie to innocent girls.
That who told you are innocent? These hypocritic girls.
Some of the girls are innocent. Because I know some girls who will tell you that if you are married, forget.
Hello, precious viewers. Thank you so much for being part of this program. And you know, when we say it, it is Weekend Review right here on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture Channel with me, Johnny Cole, Dollarich. Now, Weekend Review, we do believe that we can bring the family together, reshape society for tomorrow's generations. All is not lost yet, because when we ask for God's grace, we can make our lives better. And we do believe in the next generations. And please, call somebody to join us on this program. And we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. We'll take this quick break. When we come back, I have this special guest with me, and no, it's a big surprise. We'll be right back.
Don't let anybody put a promise ring on you for 1 year. He's not really going to see your parents, he's not going to do anything, then you are dead. No.
It is even sexual harassment. To expose your body, those parts that induces.
Women take into consideration so many factors before they allow you to have sex with them. So before your wife will think about that man, and allow it means that he has developed some kind of affection and love, and then he has started hating you.
Why is it said that when you see your daughter's nakedness, you feel aroused and you feel like having something to do with your daughter? Hey! Let's check who trained you. You are disgracing your family.
Hello, precious viewers. The name is Johnny Cole, Dollarich, and the program is Weekend Review right here on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture Channel, showing every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Review, bringing the family together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. You're welcome back. Now, the program is the Weekend Review right on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture Channel with me, Johnny Cole, Dollarich. Now, we have a big surprise today, and I have my own brother, a friend. I don't know how to even describe this man, but we've been friends for years, but for 20 years, I've never met him, and thank God for today. I have him on set with me and his beautiful wife. And they have a surprise for all of us. Openi, you're welcome.
Thank you, my
this
brother.
One, let me give you a handshake. Wow.
It's
been ages.
It's been ages.
Wow,
indeed.
and how are you doing?
By grace, we are fine.
Wow.
The family is well too.
I can see. Wow.
Very surprised to meet you.
I know.
And happy as well.
You see that one? We'll talk more of school days. I won't tell your wife though, most of the things. And I have here with me this beautiful lady. You please introduce her for us.
This is my beautiful wife,
Yes,
Odeshenana, a gospel artist,
Wow.
a teacher, a businesswoman,
I see.
a mother, and to all of us, including our 3 children.
I can see that. My wife. You see. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And how are you doing?
I'm blessed by
I
His
see.
grace. And how are you too?
I'm blessed by grace.
I'm humbled to be with you.
I'm more humbled to see you here. And you know, when I was watching your video and I said, wow, my brother is blessed.
Oh.
Wow. But
To God be the glory.
I see. Let's take a quick one. You know, gospel music is all over the place. I mean, we get to hear people singing here and there. But some songs come with inspiration. What has been your secret?
I've come a long way. You know, I had a covenant, and I'm still having a covenant with the Lord. Some years back, I had 3 siblings, and they all died. I'm the last born.
Wow.
So I had a covenant with the Lord, and I told the Lord that if you make me live, if you protect and guide me, I have nothing to offer you. Just to bless your name and testify your goodness in my life. And I can't go to church. So through singing, I write the songs myself. Yes, I write the songs. So through singing, everybody will get to know the type of God that you are.
Wow.
Yes. And those who are downhearted, those who think the world has come to an end, those who think there is no hope for them, will get to know that there is hope. Because if you have life, then there is hope.
Wow, this is beautiful. And you know, a lot of people might be asking, audition, I mean, when did you come into the scene? I mean, with your songs, and maybe they want to know 1 or 2 songs that you have. What will you tell?
Yes, I've been in the system for a while.
Wow.
I've been a chorister for so many years. I've been in the singing. My mom is a catechist, a Presbyterian catechist.
Okay.
Yes. So I've been in the church singing, the church band. So I released my first album last year. That's Instru. And no matter the situation, don't fear. Do not fear.
Wow.
Fear not, for God is always in control.
Wow.
Yes, and this is my second one. Say, niemwedino, woninko, niakechre niyebohubai.
Wow.
Maybe you put so much in a business, money in a business, and you didn't get anything out of it. But God is telling you that forget about the past. Press on. He's always there with you.
Wow.
Do you know something? Naomi lost all her children. But it was through Ruth that we got Jesus Christ.
I know.
Yes. So if Naomi didn't lose the children, then it means Jesus will not come.
Wow.
So at times, when we are passing through problems, troubles, we shouldn't panic so much. God is always there with us. He knows best. And at appropriate time, He will surprise your enemies.
My brother, you see why I said you are blessed.
Amen.
In fact,
Amen.
you know, I have come to understand something in life that all is not lost.
Yeah.
There's always a brighter future.
Sure.
I mean, if you know and you understand God and you believe in Him,
Indeed,
I
yeah.
think there's something out there for you. But being a promoter, I'm sure you are the engine behind this success. I mean, how do you feel having a wife in the gospel scene, I mean, gospel music scene, and then I know it's not easy. I mean,
It's
pushing
not
through
easy,
this also.
yeah.
How are you feeling? How are things?
I'm feeling good. She's a very talented person, actually. I mean, when I met her, she was a chorister, so I knew she had that passion. To sing. So when last year she decided to come out with an album, I said, okay, we'll support with all our might. And it hasn't been easy having to combine that with other responsibilities. You know, be businessmen.
I know.
But once she has a passion, and we always want to contribute to the work of God, and her tracks are always inspiring. So kind of like, let's move on.
Wow.
And we are not looking at how much we get out of it. I mean,
exactly.
it's God who blesses. You understand? I mean,
she releases an album, we hardly will sell a CD. I mean, the first album, most of the CDs we give them out for free.
Wow.
It's not how much we get
Get
from selling CD, but how
the
people will be
impact
exactly. That is what.
Wow.
That is what we
Wow.
yeah.
And this goes out to all those who are doing, I mean, gospel songs or gospel music to help the Christendom. And like he's saying, I mean, it's not all about how much you make, but let's look at how much our songs and our music can have impact, positive impact on our generations. And if you're watching, this is the weekend review show right here on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture. And now I would want to surprise Mrs. a little bit. She's going to give us a short something. I don't know. She'll clear her throat and give us something before we go for our break. So, Mrs., it is in your cards.
Maybe a chamona yo hankwa. Apinisia ni kwandanda o. Sese die onyame adom. Niomenyina besesa. Niomenyina esesa. Niamuadino woninko. Niamuadino woninko. Niaketre niabohompai. Niamuadino woninko watse. Niaketre niabohompai. Baby, I'm the crossing. Chenya mienim. Nankwa nehia. Wo wonkwa. Wo ade. Niamuadino woninko. Odofo. Chenya mienim. Nankwa nehia. Wo wonkwa. Wo ade. Niamuadino woninko.
Oh, my Jesus. I mean, this is a weekend review show. I'm so thrilled. I'm so inspired. I don't know, but whatever you're going through in your homes, trust me, we do believe in the next generations. And I do believe also that if God is in your boat, you can rock against any storm that will come your way. Maybe you are going through some challenges in your relationship, in your marriage, I mean, in your family, whatever that is happening out there. When God's grace is upon you, trust me, nothing can be against you. And I want to say a big thank you to my own brother, Frederick. Thank you for coming. I mean, I'm so blessed.
And thank you for giving us the opportunity.
You are blessed.
God bless you.
Wow, wow. Viewers, well, we'll take this quick break. When we come back, we are treating our topic of the week. But this one, please, call somebody also to call somebody. Don't miss it. A whole lot is happening. But I trust that we'll be able to break through and move through. We'll be right back.
Don't let anybody put a promise ring on you for 1 year. He's not really going to see your parents. He's not going to do anything. Then you are dead. No.
It is even sexual harassment to expose your body, those parts that induce sex.
Women take into consideration so many factors before they allow you to have sex with them. So before your wife will think about that man, and allow it means that he has developed some kind of affection and love, and then he has started hating you.
Why is it said that when you see your daughter's nakedness, you feel aroused and you feel like having something to do with your daughter? Hey! Let's check who trained you. You are disgracing your family.
Hello, precious viewers. The name is Johnny Cole, Dollarich, and the program is Weekend Review, right here on GTV Live, Your Religion and Culture Channel, showing every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Review, bringing the family together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. You are welcome back. Now, the program is Weekend Review. Now, I want to say a big thank you to my very own friend and the wife for passing through, giving us such a wonderful start of the program. And we want to do our topic of the week. And I have these wonderful persons with me. And I'll leave them to do their own introduction. But today, please, call somebody also to call somebody to watch this program. And then we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Now, we are treating a topic. Please be attentive. You will learn a lot because this is where we bring the family together, reshape society for tomorrow's generations. Let me go to my immediate left. I have this beautiful woman. She'll tell us who she is, and I think this is the second time being on the show. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And how are you and your name, please?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm fine. I'm Emilia Gansa, and I work with the TUC.
Wow, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again. Wow. Now, on my far left is this wonderful man of God, a man I respect so much. He's an inspiration to some of us, young in the ministry, and I'll leave him to do his own introduction. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I am Reverend Jonas Yao Tete, pastor in charge of Miracle Temple Assemblies of God, Achimota.
So you're welcome.
Thank you.
For those of you who do not know, sometimes we sit here with confidence and we do most of this program because some people inspire us and they give us the strength. And Reverend Jonas Yao Tete is one man who is always, supporting us to do our best on this show. Also, thank you so much once again. I'm so inspired. And quickly, we want to treat our topic of the week. And today we are dealing with the issue of house helps. To which extent should house help go? They give us all the necessary support in our homes, but sometimes there are frictions here and there. And people's home are broken because some house help either were more treated or step out of their range. But we want to go critically into it. And if somebody is there helping you in your home, what can be done and not can be done. And let me go quickly to the woman on my immediate left. Mama Ganza.
Yes.
Let's see. House helps. And what can you tell us of house helps and the roles sometimes they play and the frictions here and there? Give us a start.
Thank you very much, Dollarich. House helps. Let me start again from housemaid into house helps. We have maids, different types of maids. We have those that we call them the housekeepers. Then we have the baby maids or the nursery maids. We have the cooks. There are also types of maids. We have those who clean the house, like they do the odd jobs. Now, over time, in the 19th century, you could see that the maids were graded, such that you know which maid is doing what. And it was normally the rich and affluent houses who actually engage the services of maids. Now coming into our 20th century, we realize, we are now in the 21st century. We realize that times have evolved. So the less, not so affluent houses also need maids to help them with their work. Because of the work that people do nowadays. For me, for instance, I'm a working mother. So you may not have that time. So then you have to take a maid or a house help. And this time I cannot take a nanny, a cook, and all those things, all those people, for the wrong use of word. So you take one person to help you to do all the house jobs. So we say house help. So the genesis of this is that you get somebody who will help you whilst you also do
attend to other stuff. Wow. I will come back to you. And but Reverend, let's look at it. I want us to just cut through and see how best we can quickly run through this. And house helps. Mommy have told us, the genesis, like, initially this one could do this one could do this. Not everything boxed together. But now in our days, I think when we say house helps, we are looking at somebody who is washing, cooking, even bathing some babies in the home. Being sent on errands. Some even go to the extent of washing cars and watering the gardens and all that together. Let's look at it. Their importance. Do we really need them, or their nuisance? How can we handle house helps?
Thank you. I think my good sisters try to show us how the word evolved. Over the times, the word made itself has become an uncomfortable word. Okay, probably due to this right activists and the like. So the word made, it's uncomfortable to use, and the right word to use is the house help, because basically what they do is to help parents or children or their mistresses and masters to take care of a lot of things which hitherto they will not be able to do. For instance, Mommy just said that she is a working mother. The times we didn't have so many working mothers, they would do everything.
That's right.
But being a working mother, she doesn't have the capacity to do certain things at certain times, especially child care. And probably she comes back from work very tired, and somebody would have to get food down. A lot of people today, because of the issue of making enough money to care for the family, both parents go to work and they come very late. So somebody will have to stand in and do those works. So they are very, very necessary. Very, very necessary at homes to help make sure that the home is in proper shape. And I think the emphasis is help. Okay, whether you are paying the person that much or not is really not the issue. The issue is that something is lacking at home, and somebody will have to take care of it. And this person comes in per the agreement of the man and wife.
Exactly.
And the person comes in, and I want to stress that, per the agreement of the man and the wife. Because if the man doesn't agree and the woman brings the person, there's going to be a lot of problem. If the woman doesn't agree and the man brings, especially the opposite sex, it's going to bring a lot of problems. So per the agreement of the two of them, and the person comes in and offer so much help, which under normal circumstance, parents or even the children may not be able to offer.
I see. Now, let's go deep into it. Now, we've established the background. Now, maybe let's look at this. There's a typical case I have. Now, this woman is not touching a pin in the home. And now the man comes home, or anytime he's in the house, it is the house help who, from cooking to washing to cleaning to everything, even dishing out food for the man. And this is creating a lot of pandemonium in the house. A whole lot of challenge is going on. What will you say? Is it because you are a working mother, you are a very busy person, even to dish out food for your husband should be the role of the house help? What would be your take?
Well, per this story, one may be tempted to say that the woman is not performing her wifely duties. But then we also have to look at what actually is happening. What kind of work is the woman doing? But that doesn't exempt her anyway, because we all work. And because I know I work from Monday to Friday. And sometimes I have to travel. Every weekend, I make sure that I cook. There are certain things that you can't say that the maid should do.
Wow.
Like laying of your bed. In the olden days, yes, the maid will come and lay the bed. But then we realize that sometimes laying of, let me use this Akan balance. Is it a proverb or whatever? Shroma?
Not
So you invite the maid into your room. She's laying the bed. She's washing your husband's undies. She's doing all these intimate things. Of course, it will bring some song, and they will dance. You understand? So, per this story, that's why I'm saying I'm tempted to say that the wife is not performing her wifely duties. I don't know the details,
exactly.
but otherwise, there's something very wrong. The wife should be able, at least if she's at home and the man's food has been cooked, dish it, sit by the man, eat together, or even discuss, the day's work or something of that nature. But to just say that the maid should do everything, then what do you do? What are you doing?
A big question.
And in such a situation, then you, the woman, you are actually giving way for certain things to happen in the house. Where we say the maid has done something very wrong, as in having a relationship with a man or something like that.
So now talking about this, let me find out from you, from the man's perspective. If a woman, let's say if she's home, and probably she gives you an excuse, she's tired, whether she's tired or she's not tired. But you are a married man, you are looking out for your wife to probably do this or do that, and she's not there. She's always calling on the house help to come and handle this and handle this. What would you say? Will you share in your wife's tiredness, mood, or you think she should put aside certain stress and manage to get things for you?
Dollarich,
Yes.
to be frank with you, that woman is not wise. To be frank with you, she's not a wise woman. Okay? I'm not married to a house help. I've married you. There are certain responsibilities I expect you to do, much as you expect me as a husband to play certain roles in your life. There is a limit to which house help should go.
Wow.
If a woman allows a house help to go beyond that limit, she is not wise. Simple.
Wow.
Okay. There are certain things I can allow my daughter to do for me, but not a house help. Okay. Much as we agree that a woman may come home tired, in the first place, why couldn't the man himself dish the food? Okay? But it's also the habit of certain men to think that it is the responsibility of the woman to do everything. So they come home, both of them come home very tired, and he thinks it's the responsibility of the woman. So he goes to cross the leg somewhere and expect the woman to. Yeah. That also is a problem. Okay? But leaving that aside, the woman must know that there are certain things like taking care of the man's food, washing, things like the underwears and those kind of things. They are all the responsibility of the woman. You don't leave those things in the house, in the hands of a house help. Much more to come and say that the house help goes to lay bed and no. You don't do those things. So once you do that, you are only telling others that you are not wise. And it's not a matter of I am tired or I am not tired. It's a matter of shaking responsibility.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, let's...
Let me ask you one
Please
question. Suppose your food is not enough and then you allow the man to go to dish his own food.
Yeah.
And he eats what he wants. Then what?
Next time we learn sense.
That's a bit score there. Now that brings me to
No,
this
but
point.
the man,
Yeah.
the you see, a husband must know that
Must know
the real responsibility is to make sure that
Mm.
my wife, my children, including the house help,
get something.
is fed
Mm.
enough before I even eat. So if the food will not be enough,
You are telling us.
yes, that's the truth.
That's the
If
truth.
the food will not be enough,
Mm.
wife, children, and the house help should be fed before the man thinks
Before
about
the
himself.
man thinks of himself. That's right.
If and I'm adding the house help because people think that the house help is different from.
Yeah.
the children.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are all under my care, and whatever happens to any of them is my responsibility.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now that brings me to this point. He made mention of the fact that, I mean, if there's stress, I mean, you know, your wife is tired, you all came home, everybody's tired. But to live, especially, I want to dwell on this food dishing issue. I mean, if the woman cannot be able to dish out the food and put it on the dining table or bring it even inside for you to eat, if your husband cannot also go and dish his own thing, what becomes of this man? Which picture will you paint him? A man who is always expecting you should dish the food and put it on the table for him.
Okay. We are looking at a certain setting
Okay.
where there's a dining table and then you go and dish a food and put it on the table. No. What if they are staying in a single room?
Okay. Without dining sets.
Without any dining sets.
Okay.
And then the kitchen is something that they are all sharing, like
Okay.
with other in a compound house. You understand? In that case, the woman has to go and make sure that you bring some food in. Even if the man will dish it for himself, you have to do a certain service.
Okay.
You understand? I always stand for the fact that we don't need to ridicule our husbands, even if we don't respect them before others.
Wow. I wish you could repeat what you just
Because
said.
that then you are not a wise woman, as Pastor said. There are certain things that you don't have to compromise on.
Wow.
The food of your husband. In fact, when you are getting married, they will tell you that there are two things. Enkomode. Enkwande and enkomode. You understand it?
Yeah.
So if you are not doing those two things, what are you doing there? Then he could have as well gone to he will just eat outside and come. And then when they start eating outside and then they come home and you've cooked your food and they don't eat, then we also get pissed off. You understand? So as a woman, me, our advice, even if the maid cooks for you and then you are a career woman, you come home, please make sure that you serve your husband.
Wow.
As for the maids, they are there. Oh, house help. The house helps are there to help us. It doesn't mean that the house help is there to do your duties for you.
Wow.
So let them help, not to do it for you.
Reverend, let's come to this point. We know they are helping. I mean, house help are supposed to help. And they are doing what is expected of them. At what point in time do we say, okay, this is where and this is what you can do to help? I mean, this, we can take care of it. Or you think they can be doing everything, and at a point you can just ask them, oh, don't worry, I'll handle this, and all that. Because there are some people, when they come to the house, we don't give them their defined role. I mean, this, you start from here, you end here. You find them doing almost everything in the house. What do you make of this?
But let me say that I also don't see anything wrong with the house help dishing food for the man. I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay. I only emphasize that point because of the way you put the story.
I see.
Right. But I don't have any problem if the house help dishes a food for the man. Like I said, I don't honestly see the difference between my daughter and the house help. Okay. So if my daughter can give me food and I'll eat comfortably, what about the house help? But you see, where the line must be drawn is when it comes to issues of bedroom. Okay, when it comes to issues of bedroom. And probably the woman must also make sure that the house help doesn't appear sort of enticing. Okay, some men has problem. You can't run away from that. Okay, it is not every man who has that problem, but some men has problem, and especially if you are at home as a wife and you think your husband has a problem or could have a problem, you make sure the way the house help, the female house help, conducts herself home is proper.
That's right.
Okay. And like I said, why should you send your house help to go and... It's even mommy who said it. Send the house help to go and dress your bed. Especially when you, the mother, you have, because of your work schedule, you don't have much time to be at home. You are not married to your work. You are married to a husband. So you make sure that there are certain key things like bedroom issues. You don't give the chance to the house help to go and be doing that.
Them.
If you give the chance to the house help and your husband is a man who has problem, you are creating problem for yourself. Okay, so you don't necessarily say, okay, this is your how far you should go, that and that and that. But by conduct, the house help should know that no, as far as this, I can go, but beyond this, I cannot go. Okay, you don't necessarily need to define your limitations in the house. I see the house help as part of my family, so I don't have that idea where there's some kind of straight jacket, do's and don'ts and all that. But man and wife must see to it that beyond a certain limit, they don't encourage the house helps to do that. Okay, and you see, we put the emphasis on men, but there are some men too who don't have any time for their homes, right? And they have very energetic male house helps. Okay, and the opposite also happens.
We are coming there.
So it's not just the men; the women also may have that problem. But as much as possible, regard the house help as part of the family. Let them see that they are part of the family, not just by words, but by action. They should realize that they are part of the family, and the limitations, they themselves will know where to go and where not to go. Especially if you, the father and mother, play your cards well. Yeah,
I see. If you're watching the program, this is the Weekend Review Show right on GTV Live, your religion and culture channel with me, Johnny called Dollarich. Thank you so much for being part of the program. But we have our WhatsApp line, app screen, and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected to us and let's do this program together. But I want to find out from Auntie Amy. Earlier, Reverend was talking about the fact that even some men sometimes would leave certain things. I mean, they are not helpful. They wish everything is by the woman. And because this also do not help, if you have a house help, I mean, you would also want to see to it that, or at least the house help will give you a helping hand, so that you will also feel a bit okay. Now let's look at the man and the woman, because if there will be a house help in the home, it's by mutual agreement, at least understanding between the two of you, before the person can be able to stay with you to do all these things. If your husband is not helping, or if your wife is not helping, it brings challenges, right? But here's the case: the man is the type who would never touch a pin, okay? Because you are there, because the house help is there, would want you people to handle almost everything. What will you tell such a man if he's watching us right now?
Let me take off from where Pastor ended. When he was talking, I was saying in my head, he's a liberal man. He's a very liberal man. He you know, he sees the house help as part of the family.
That's right.
That is the ideal situation. In fact, you take somebody's own, you make the person your own.
That's right.
You'll be the now, so
That's right.
But then you realize that in both cases, anyway, the man will never see the house help as my own. There are some men who will not even want their food to be cooked on gas stoves. They will tell you that if you are cooking banku, make sure that it is on the coal pot.
That's right.
Such a man will not allow the maid servant to dish food for him to eat. And then if the maid servant is not treated well, that one is also a different story.
Yes.
Where the dressing is not the best. Then you say, I deal with so there are some men who are so typical.
Conventional type.
Then you also dress the maid servant up, of course, a beautiful girl growing up, and then the shape is showing. And then the man will look at the girl and say, this one is not my daughter, so I can marry this one. You understand? So the chicken and the egg, it goes on and on. For a man who will not lift a finger, I would advise that they should help. Because we get into marriage and then we are to help each other. As I always say, and then we too will support you. But if you come home and you don't want to lift a finger, that we should all do, then by the time we get into the bedroom where the incommodate will come on, we'll also tell you that I have a headache. We'll spoil the show. So I'll advise them that they should help. At least something like ironing. We don't expect them to wash. In fact, if there's a washing machine, why not?
Okay.
You understand? But then the ironing, lifting certain things in the house, helping out a little. Not to always... The best work they like is to wash their cars. Shine it and then watch football. You understand?
That's right.
But then they should help us.
I see.
Otherwise, we tend to behave like your friend's wife.
The help will certainly come. Let's look at this. I know of a typical example of a man, and he's very helpful. Fine, he's very helpful, and they are doing everything together quite okay. But here's the case. He has a feeling, Reverend, this one is to you. He has a feeling, because he's helping, the house help is there, and he goes around doing certain chores to help. Like they wash together, with the wife. He does almost everything together. But he's telling me this story because he feels it's a way of bringing his status. Because the house help is seeing him washing, hanging stuff there, and all that, and he feels no. As a man, I don't think it's okay. I don't know what you tell this man.
He has inferiority complex. Seriously. Seriously. whatever I do at home to help my wife, whoever comes to see it is a third person to me.
Wow.
Has nothing to do with me. Whatever I do to make my home worth living, a peaceful home, is left to me.
Wow.
And it's not to be dictated by somebody outside. Never. And this must be clear with everybody. Okay. There is a very well-known man in this country. He said this thing in an open space, so I can say it over here. Professor, this Jimpa man.
Professor Dai.
Yeah. He said this in an open space, so I can say it. He said there was a time his brother's son or so came to visit him. And when he came, he met the wife outside. And the wife told him that daddy is in the kitchen doing something also. So when the guy came to the kitchen, he saw Prof preparing food or doing some house something. And I was like, hey, what is happening? And he said, what is wrong with you? Then he said he called, if I could remember everything well, he said he called the guy's father and said, is that what you are doing to your son?
Wow.
Okay. What is wrong if the man goes to do something in the kitchen?
That's right.
What is wrong with it? What is wrong with it? Why should it be only the woman? Especially when I know that my wife is very tired and she couldn't do this thing at this time. What is wrong if I do it?
Amen.
Who has set the rules in any case? Who has set the rules?
And where
that
can
this
you
is the rule of that this is the rule of a woman, this is the rule of a man. Who set those rules? It's a society who have imposed some of these things on us. So I can't be at home and say that my status. What is status? I'm thinking about making my house worth living.
That's right.
A peaceful place for my wife and my children and the house helps. Everybody who comes to my house should see the place a peaceful place to live. Whether you're a house help or not, you must have peace in the house. And whatever I will do to ensure that peace, I will do it. Let me say I'm helping my wife and somebody comes and say, what is status? Is this the status that is bringing peace at home? Or what I'm doing to make sure that my wife feels comfortable, my children feel comfortable, the house help also feels comfortable.
That's right.
Which one is bringing the peace? Status.
The program is Weekend Review right here on GTV Live. If you're watching us, please, we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. I told you, call somebody to tune in to watch this program because it's getting quite interesting. To you, the men, well, there's so many questions out there, and to you, the women as well. But we are looking at the house helps. How best can we live with them and to make the home a better place and a comfortable place? And let me go to Auntie Amy. Now, let's look at this. Reverend was saying something about the fact that if the man is helping out and doing, everything to support the home, it is worth it. It is best, if you ask me. But here's the case. When some men are doing all this, work to help the women, then it becomes like the women, so to say, are having a field day. They are taking the men for granted. But there are some men who are ready to help. But because they know, immediately they put the finger on this. Now the women will, check that responsibility and it's like, oh, Kofi, today you are not washing. Won't you help the house help to do the washing? I'm tired. Tell me.
Yeah. You see, anytime Reverend is talking, I just say in my head.
I know.
All the women will want to marry such a person. But his such is not a lot in the system.
We are just a few. We are just a few.
You are not a lot.
There are a lot of
You
men
see,
out
you
there.
were talking and you were saying that society over the years, it has evolved.
Yeah.
Over the years, certain roles have been assigned to male and female.
And those rules are breaking down gradually.
So things are evolving. So people like you will, that's why this program is going on.
Yeah.
You talk about the things that you do in the house that others will also learn from. But then there are others that they cannot dream of doing such things. I always say that it's always the setting. If you are in a house with your family, that nuclear family, sometimes it's good, it's easier to do such
with
things.
walls protecting your environment,
Exactly.
and then you are within. Nobody's okay.
But whereby you are in compound houses where people's mouths and ears and eyes are on you. Especially so when you start giving those kind of help to your wife, and then the other jealous ones will want to break that relationship. Sometimes you just have to be careful. It's just being wise. There are certain things you will not even allow your husband to do, not because your husband doesn't want to do.
Okay.
But you just want to protect your family. And for the housemates, let me come back to the housemates. Sometimes we hear of cases where people are very strict on housemates to the extent of violence, not seeing them as part of the family.
That's right.
And then there are certain cases where we see them as part of the family, and then they also take certain chances to abuse. I don't know if we all heard of this, is a Ugandan story.
Yes, we do.
You
Yes,
understand.
yes.
That one, for instance, they trusted their maid so much with their baby, only to see that they were just lucky because they installed CCTV cameras. Otherwise, they wouldn't have. One day they will come and then they will say, oh, I was feeding the baby and the baby choked on the food and the baby had died. And they wouldn't have known. You understand? Sometimes it's risky. Bringing somebody's child from a different background, from a different upbringing up to a certain level into your home, sometimes it's very difficult. It takes the patience of the woman. I always want to say that as for the men, you don't bring them into this kind of thing too much. Either the person will say, oh, Jano, or Oyakwala, don't straighten the girl, it's part of the family. And then at a point in time, you realize that the maid is going overboard. Or there will be enmity. It's like, one fanankwa, and then person with you understand? So it's up to you, the woman, to actually balance the whole situation. It goes the other way. If it's a house boy or somebody who, it's still up to you, the woman, to balance the situation, such that the boy doesn't, cross over.
That's right.
When boss is not there, I can, get close to the woman. There should always be standards. You understand? Sometimes it's good to be liberal, but then you also have to be strict. He was saying that you don't need to. There should be. This is your role as a maid. You are helping in the house. This is your role. Your children will also have to have roles. The fact that there is a maid doesn't mean that you, the children, you are not doing anything. That one should be out. The person is here to help us. So if, let's say, my children will have to go to school at 7 o'clock, 4:30, when we are all up, at most 5, when we are all up, you are sweeping here. This person is doing this. The maid and I, we are in the kitchen. We are doing the cooking. So everybody has their this thing. It's just that if the maid were not there, the cooking would take longer. So she's there to help me, and then quickly, take a bath for the little
You
ones
can
and
say
all
that,
that.
sure.
Then daddy can also use the time to wash the car and brighten it up so that we can all sit in it
And then
and
go. Now,
Should I come in?
oh yes, please, please
all
do.
right, you do come
Please
in.
do.
You do come in there.
Yeah. I believe, like I said already, that everybody must flow in the house. You can call anybody to do anything at any time.
Okay.
Once somebody has to do it, anybody could do it.
Okay.
Could be mother, it could be father, it could be children, it could be
House help.
a house help. Anybody could do it. Aside the restricted bedroom area, anybody could do anything. If the person has the capacity to do it, the person can do it. Right? That is what I'm looking at. When I mean that, I don't really see things like an assigned role.
Okay.
Okay. For me, anybody could do anything. And that's what happens in our house. Anybody could do anything.
That's right.
Right. Saturdays like this, when they are going to wash, all of them, if my kids are home, they all join the two people who are helping us. As I'm talking now, one of the house help is getting ready to go to university. We'll pay everything, he will go. Okay? Because, like I said, we see them as part
Of the family.
of the family. Talking about compound house, you see, let me emphasize the fact again that what brings peace to my home is more important to me than what somebody thinks
Out there.
of me.
Wow.
Okay? What brings peace to my home is what is important. If mommy thinks that peace will come home by not allowing daddy to do certain things, why not? Fine. Okay? But no man should be there and judge himself according to what people out there will think. When what he is doing, or even the woman, when what she is doing is what will bring peace home. That's all. I know there may be some laxities here and there where a man can take advantage that my wife is so good, so he wouldn't want to help. Or a woman was, like you said, a woman think, as for daddy, he's ready to do anything. So things that she should do, she wouldn't do it. That is where the issue of one not being wise comes in. Because whatever we do at home, it should work towards peace at home. Mother, father, children, house help. In fact, Colossians 4:1 tells us that masters must treat their the Bible uses servants, right? But like I said, some of those words are not comfortable now, so we use house help. So let me replace with house help. Masters must treat their house helps as equals. Equal to who? My children. Okay, if I have that mentality that this person, why is that person in my home? It's because she is disadvantaged. Okay, if she is not disadvantaged, she will not be in my home.
Wow.
And that is one thing everybody must recognize. Okay, she's there because she's disadvantaged. My daughter is not disadvantaged. That is why she's not
in
somebody's home. So when the person is disadvantaged and is in my home, it becomes my responsibility to raise the person up. Where she doesn't have confidence because where she comes from, there's a problem there. I try to instill some confidence in her. Where she's timid or he's timid, I try to work things along so that the way I am handling them, I am handling my children the same way. So it wouldn't be like, oh, you can sit here. You cannot sit here. When we all eat and we finish before
the crumbs you come
she is a human being. For the fact that she's disadvantaged and she's with you, doesn't give you the opportunity to mishandle the person. The Bible says your master is also in heaven. So make sure you handle the person properly. Taking the Uganda issue, you see, we only looked at what the girl did. Some people are wicked.
Naturally.
She may be one. Some people are propelled by demons. She may be one. But some of the house helps, it is the way we treat them that they misplace our anger on our children.
That's right.
So treat that house help as your child. If she mistreats your child, then it might be a sheer wickedness or a demon working the person somewhere. Anybody who is treated well will treat your children well.
Our time is far gone, and in a quick minute, 30 seconds each, house helps, husband, wife, children, what will you say should be the ideal way of living our lives together?
I think Reverend already nailed it. That you take in the house help, you treat the person right, be it male or female.
Okay.
Whatever you want your children to be, hope that the house help will also be like that, and then you get in return. We shouldn't treat house helps badly.
Asafo, in 30 seconds.
The Bible says treat them equally and justly.
Well, viewers, thank you so much for being part of this show, and I want to say a big thank you to Reverend Jonas Yautete and my own mommy Emilia Gansa for passing through. Thank you so much. God richly bless you. And viewers, I know a whole lot is happening out there in our homes, in our families, but let's trust God that things will get better for us. Because here we say we are bringing the family together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. Yes, we do believe in the next generations. I salute all parents out there, children, and those of you who wish things can get better. Let's hold hands together. Let's trust God for our family. It is well, if you ask me. We'll see you same time next week.
Brother,